Today we see the first chapter of the physics, rotational dynamics. Before we start our lecture on the rotational dynamics, we just recall some points or concept related to this rotational motion which we have seen in the 11th standard. There is first one, uniform circular motion. The motion which is along the circumference of circle is called as uniform circular motion. There is next point, that is center of mass. The point, or this is a hypothetical point where the whole mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated. There are kinematical equations. As we have seen, there are three kinematical equations. Next one, real force and pseudo force. And now we see the rotational dynamics. The first point of this topic is characteristics of the circular motion. You know what is the circular motion or what is the uniform circular motion, as we seen in 11th standard. That is the motion of the body along the circumference of circle is called as uniform circular motion. And that there are characteristics of the uniform circular motion or the characteristics of the circular motion. There is first characteristic. The circular motion is accelerated motion. Why this motion is called as accelerated motion? Because the velocity of the body changes continuously. That's why this motion is called as accelerated motion. And there is second characteristic, that circular motion is periodic motion. Again same, why the circular motion is called as periodic motion? Every particle of the body repeats same path or trajectory. That's why it is called as periodic motion. Understand? The characteristics of the circular motion, there are two characteristics. First one, it is accelerated motion, and second one, it is a periodic motion. Then kinematics of circular motion. Do you understand? In the last standard, you have seen the kinematical equations. That kinematical equations which are used to describe the circular motion, and the quantities are, first one, angular displacement, which is denoted by letter theta. Next one, angular velocity, that is v bar is equal to d theta bar upon d. And then angular acceleration, alpha bar is equal to dv bar upon d. Sorry, angular velocity omega bar. These quantities are used to describe circular motion, and all these equations are analogous to the same quantities, that is displacement s bar, again velocity v bar is equal to ds bar upon dt, and acceleration a bar is equal to dv bar upon dt. These three equations, angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration, all these are analogous to same displacement s bar, velocity v bar and acceleration a bar. These three equations, first three equations are used to describe the circular motion, and next these three equations are used to describe the motion, that is translational motion. And that's why we can write tangential velocity v bar is equal to r bar into omega bar, or in magnitude we can write v is equal to r omega. The direction of omega, that is angular velocity, depends on, or it is described by using right hand thumb rule. If the fingers are curved and the thumb is outstretched, the outstretched thumb gives direction of omega y. See here, like this. There is a circular motion and the direction of angular velocity omega y in upward direction. That is, outstretched thumb gives direction of omega y. Then there is uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion is defined as the motion of the body along the circumference of circle with constant speed is called as uniform circular motion. Next one, non-uniform circular motion. For example, fan. When the fan is switched on or off, the motion of the fan is increasing as well as decreasing. And this motion is nothing but non-uniform circular motion. When the speed is increasing, the direction of alpha bar is along the omega bar, like this. If the speed is increasing, this is direction of omega bar, then the direction of alpha bar is along the omega bar. And if the speed is decreasing, the direction of omega bar and there is direction of alpha bar is opposite to that of omega bar. This is about uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. Then there is next dynamics of circular motion. In that we will see centripetal force and centrifugal force. The force which is responsible for centripetal acceleration or which is always directed towards center is called as centripetal force. And the force which is away from the axis is nothing but the centrifugal force. For example, merry-go-round. When the speed of merry-go-round is uniform, then inward resultant force, which is nothing but centripetal force, and the outward force, that is centrifugal force, both are same. That's why we can write resultant force is equal to minus mr omega square. And this resultant force is same as that of centrifugal force. Thus, we will see in this lecture characteristics of circular motion, kinematics of circular motion, uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion, and centripetal and centrifugal force.